Paris in one day? Yes, it's possible. From sunrise at the Eiffel Tower to sunset by the Seine, I'll show you how to experience the City of Light like a local, all in just 24 hours. Let's dive into the ultimate Paris adventure. Best time to visit Paris. Paris, the enchanting city of light, is a year-round destination, but the best time to visit is from April to June and September to November. During these months, the weather is mild, ranging from 50 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 21 degrees Celsius, and the city's gardens are in full bloom or painted with autumn hues. Summers can be hot and crowded, with temperatures reaching up to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius, while winter, December to February, is festive and surprisingly mild, with daytime temperatures around 41 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 to 8 degrees Celsius. Hotel prices are lower, and the city sparkles with holiday lights. Paris airport tips. Flying into Paris usually means arriving at Charles de Gaulle Airport, CDG, or Orly Airport, ORY. CDG, the largest airport, is about 16 miles, 25 kilometers northeast of the city center. Take the RRB train to the city center for just $12 which takes around 30 minutes. Orly, located 8 miles, 13 kilometers south, offers the Orleval light rail to Antony Station, connecting to the RRB for about $13. To save time and money, consider purchasing a Paris Visite travel card that covers unlimited rides on the metro, bus, and RER trains within central Paris for around $14 per day. Where to stay in Paris? For an unforgettable Parisian experience, book your stay in the Louvre district. This charming area, filled with historic architecture and vibrant cafes, offers both luxury and budget options. For a more romantic vibe, opt for Montmartre, known for its bohemian spirit and stunning views. Prices in both areas range from $100 to $300 per night for mid-range hotels or boutique guest houses. If you're seeking high-end luxury, Saint-Germain-des-Prés is your best bet, with opulent hotels averaging $400 per night. How to get around Paris. Navigating Paris is a breeze with its efficient public transport. The metro is your best friend, offering quick connections throughout the city. A single ticket costs $2.20 but the Paris Visite card provides unlimited travel on metros, buses, and RER trains for $14 per day. You can also rent a bicycle through Velib, costing about $5 per day. If you prefer walking, central Paris is surprisingly pedestrian-friendly, and the sights are close enough to explore on foot. Early morning, Trocadero. If you only have one day in Paris, it's totally worth kicking off your adventure bright and early. Yes, I'm talking about a sunrise wake-up. I know waking up early on vacation might not sound like your idea of fun, but trust me, this one's going to be worth it. You'll get to experience one of the most breathtaking views in the city before the crowds even think about rolling out of bed. Start your day at Trocadero. It's a famous open terrace directly across from the iconic Eiffel Tower, and the closest metro station is also called Trocadero. As you step onto the terrace, you'll be greeted with an uninterrupted view of the Iron Lady herself. It's absolutely magical in the morning light. Insider tip. Arrive around 6:30 a.m. in the spring or summer for the perfect lighting, and make sure to bring your best camera gear. This is your chance to capture all 1,063 feet, 324 meters of the Eiffel Tower in the most enchanting way possible. Once you've soaked in the view and snapped about 1,000 photos, take a little wander around the Jardin de Trocadero. These gorgeous gardens are dotted with sculptures and fountains, and they're a lovely place to stroll while the city slowly comes to life. The best part? It's totally free to visit, so you can save a few bucks to treat yourself later. Speaking of treats, there's no better way to celebrate your early start than with a classic Parisian breakfast. Just a short walk from Trocadero, pop into Café du Trocadero for a freshly baked croissant and a creamy café au lait. The buttery, flaky goodness will set you back around $8, but it's worth every penny. Sit by the window, soak up the morning vibe, and feel proud of yourself for making the most of your day in Paris. Insider tip. If you're craving something a little more indulgent, try their pain au chocolat. It's a rich, chocolatey delight that's hard to resist. Sacré-cœur. After soaking in the stunning views from the Eiffel Tower, it's time to head to one of Paris's most enchanting landmarks, the breathtaking Sacré-Cœur Basilica. Perched on the highest point in the city, this chalky white beauty is an absolute must-visit during your day in Paris. Insider tip. The best time to visit Sacré-Cœur is right after sunrise when the soft golden light makes the basilica glow and the surrounding streets are blissfully quiet. The Sacré-Cœur Basilica, dedicated to the heart of Jesus, is a stunning example of Roman Catholic architecture. Its unique design is inspired by the grandiose styles of St. Sophia in Constantinople and San Marco in Venice. As you step inside, be prepared to be awestruck by the colossal mosaic depicting the risen Christ, one of the largest in the world. The serene atmosphere inside makes it a great spot to pause and reflect. For the ultimate experience, climb up to the dome for a sweeping panoramic view of Paris. The entrance to the basilica itself is free, but if you're up for a bit of a workout, the climb to the dome costs $8. It's absolutely worth it for that windswept, postcard-perfect view of the entire city. Unfortunately, the crypt is currently closed to visitors, so save your energy for the dome climb. To get to Sacré-Cœur from Trocadero, take the Metro Line 6 to Charles de Gaulle at Tuileries, then transfer to Line 2 toward Anvers. The journey takes about 30 minutes, and a single metro ticket costs around $2.50. Once you arrive at Anvers Station, it's just a short but steep walk uphill, or if you want to save your legs, hop on the funicular for about $2.50, which takes you straight to the top. Insider tip. To skip the line for the funicular, use your regular metro ticket. It's valid for the ride. Mid-morning, explore Montmartre. Sacré-Cœur is nestled in the heart of the Montmartre neighborhood, 18th arrondissement, a charming hilltop district that offers some of the most breathtaking views of Paris. This vibrant area is famous for its artistic legacy, lively nightlife, and romantic cobblestone streets that wind through picturesque courtyards. As you wander around, you'll feel like you've stepped into a real-life painting. It's no wonder so many artists have called Montmartre home. Spend some time just getting lost among the local painters at work in Place du Tertre. Many of them are happy to chat about their craft, and if you're feeling adventurous, commission a portrait to take home as a souvenir. Depending on the artist and level of detail, a personalized portrait can range from $30 to $100. Since Montmartre is brimming with cool spots to explore, here are a few you might want to check out. You probably won't be able to squeeze them all into one day, so pick the ones that catch your interest. Moulin Rouge. Located on Boulevard de Clichy, just a 15-minute walk from Sacré-Cœur, this iconic cabaret is where the can-can dance was born. The striking red windmill on the roof makes it a prime photo spot. If you're up for a truly memorable experience, catch one of the dazzling cabaret shows. Tickets usually start at around $100, but they sell out fast, so it's a good idea to book in advance. Insider tip. Even if you're not catching a show, the area around Moulin Rouge is bustling with cafes and vibrant nightlife. Stop by for a quick espresso and watch the world go by. Musée de la Vie Romantique. This charming little museum is tucked away in an 1830 house that once belonged to the painter Henri Scheffer. It's dedicated to the Romantic era with a delightful collection of art, furnishings, and jewelry. The house itself feels like a step back in time with a lovely garden where you can enjoy a cup of tea from the quaint cafe. The best part? Entry to the permanent collection is free, making it a budget-friendly stop. Montmartre Cemetery. For something a bit off the beaten path, take a stroll through the Montmartre Cemetery. Shaded by towering trees, it's a surprisingly serene spot with beautifully ornate tombs. Some famous figures rest here, including Stendhal and Dalida. It's a peaceful place to take a quiet walk, reflect on Parisian history, and escape the crowds. And it's completely free to visit. Insider tip. Look out for the grave of Émile Zola, a notable French writer whose legacy continues to influence literature today. Lunch in Montmartre. Montmartre is the perfect spot to kick back, sip on a rich cup of coffee, and nibble on a flaky pastry while soaking up the quintessential Parisian vibe. Whether you're sitting al fresco on a lively street terrace or cozying up by a window on a chilly day, there's nothing like watching locals and tourists meander through the charming cobblestone streets. Even if you're on a whirlwind one-day adventure in Paris, make sure to carve out some time to indulge in the city's beloved cafe culture. Here are a couple of fantastic cafe options to get you started. Café des Deux Moulins. If you're a fan of the movie Amélie, you'll instantly recognize this iconic spot. This bustling cafe is where our favorite heroine worked, and they still honor her with the signature creme brulee. It's perfectly caramelized with a velvety custard base for around $8. The cafe itself has a lively, nostalgic atmosphere that makes it easy to see why it became so famous. Since it's a popular spot, aim to arrive before the lunch rush to snag a good seat. Insider tip. Try their croquet madame for about $12. It's a cheesy, comforting classic that pairs wonderfully with a steaming cappuccino. Hardware Societe. Just a stone's throw from Sacré-Cœur, this trendy spot is a blend of Parisian charm and Australian brunch vibes. It's especially great if you've skipped breakfast and need something hearty. Their French toast, topped with seasonal fruits and dollops of fresh cream, is nothing short of divine and costs around $16. They also serve creative dishes like lobster benedict for about $25, which is a unique twist on a classic. Insider tip. Get here early, especially on weekends, as it's a favorite among both locals and tourists. The cozy atmosphere and mouth-watering menu make it worth the wait. Afternoon, Champs-Elysees and Jardin de Tuileries. After soaking in the artistic vibe of Montmartre, it's time to hop on the metro and make your way to one of Paris's most iconic avenues, the Champs-Elysees. You've got a couple of options to get there. Take the metro from Abesse to Franklin D. Roosevelt with a quick change at Concorde, or ride from Anvers to Champs-Elysees Clemenceau, changing at Place de Clichy. Either way, the journey takes around 20 to 30 minutes and costs about $2.50 for a single ticket. Insider tip. If you're planning on using public transportation throughout the day, consider getting a Paris Visite Pass for unlimited metro rides starting at around $14 for a day pass. It saves both time and money. As you step onto the Champs-Elysees, get ready to be swept up by the grandeur of this legendary street. Begin your stroll through the Jardin des Champs-Elysees, where perfectly manicured flower beds and tree-lined paths create a beautiful escape from the bustling city. Take a moment to admire the majestic Egyptian obelisk at Place de la Concorde, a stunning monument gifted by Egypt in the 19th century. It's one of the city's most famous landmarks and a perfect spot for photos. From here, continue your leisurely walk through the Jardin de Tuileries, originally commissioned by Catherine de' Medici in 1564 as a lavish garden for banquets and royal gatherings. It later became a favorite spot for Parisians to relax and unwind. Today, you'll find locals lounging on classic green chairs, enjoying picnics, or just basking in the sun. The gardens are completely free to enter, making it a budget-friendly yet culturally rich experience. Insider tip. Grab a pastry from a nearby bakery before entering the gardens, something like a pain chocolat or almond croissant, around $4 to snack on while you stroll. It's the perfect way to feel like a true Parisian. Louvre. If you're an art lover, visiting the Louvre should be at the top of your Paris itinerary. This world-famous museum is not just the largest art museum on the planet, but also home to some of the most iconic masterpieces ever created, including the Venus du Milo, the Mona Lisa, and Liberty Leading the People. Even if you're short on time, just standing outside and marveling at the glass pyramids is an unforgettable experience. If you're keen to explore the museum's vast collections, plan ahead and buy your tickets online for about $24. This way, you can skip the long queues and head straight to the art. The Palais Royal Musée du Louvre metro station is your quickest route to the entrance, making it super convenient to start your art-filled adventure. Insider tip. The Louvre can feel overwhelming with its sheer size and countless exhibits. Download the Louvre app before your visit to navigate the museum efficiently and discover the must-see pieces without wandering aimlessly. Also, if you visit after 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays, the museum stays open later and tends to be less crowded. Late afternoon, Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. Just across from the Louvre, you'll find a stunning arch that often gets overlooked, the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel. It may not be as famous as its bigger cousin, the Champs-Elysees, but it's just as glorious and steeped in history. Built in 1806 to commemorate Napoleon's military victories of the previous year, this magnificent arch is adorned with intricate carvings representing victory, fame, history, and abundance. Look closely at the top and you'll spot Peace riding in her triumphal chariot, an impressive sight that captures the spirit of triumph and grandeur. On sunny days, the rose-pink marble glimmers in the light, making it an absolutely breathtaking photo spot. The arch is free to visit, so take your time admiring its detailed sculptures and soaking in the historical vibes. Notre-Dame de Paris. As you continue your one-day adventure through Paris, it's time to cross the historic Pont Neuf, ironically named New Bridge despite being the oldest standing bridge in Paris. Before you set foot on the left bank of the River Seine, take a moment to explore the enchanting Ile de la Cité, where one of Paris's most iconic landmarks awaits, Notre-Dame de Paris. Despite the tragic fire in 2019 that caused significant damage, restoration work is underway and bringing this Gothic masterpiece back to its former glory. The cathedral's story is one of resilience and triumph. Construction began way back in 1163, but it wasn't fully completed until almost 200 years later. Then, in the late 18th century, French revolutionaries left the structure in ruins, stripping it of its treasures and leaving it in despair. Notre-Dame's fate dramatically changed with the publication of Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1831. The novel sparked a wave of public admiration, leading to a major restoration project that returned the cathedral to its rightful grandeur. Early evening, Latin Quarter. Much like Montmartre, the Latin Quarter, 5th arrondissement, is a lively bohemian neighborhood bursting with character and charm. It's one of those areas where you can just wander around and get lost in its vibrant atmosphere. With quaint bookshops, cozy cafes, historic landmarks, and lush gardens, there's no shortage of things to do. Here are a few must-visit spots that will make your time here truly memorable. Shakespeare and Company. This legendary bookshop, established in 1951 by George Whitman, is a literary paradise and a tribute to the original Shakespeare and Company, founded in 1919 by Sylvia Beach. The original shop hosted famous writers like Hemingway and Joyce, and today, this newer incarnation continues the tradition with eclectic shelves full of English language books. Spend some time browsing the cozy nooks or grab a classic to read on a nearby bench. It's a great spot to immerse yourself in the literary spirit of Paris. Insider tip. Don't leave without getting a Shakespeare and Company stamp on your book. It's a unique souvenir that book lovers will cherish. Odette Notre Dame. Need a coffee break? Head to Odette Notre Dame, a charming little cafe known for its fluffy chaud à la crème. These cream puffs are light, airy, and absolutely delicious. Try one with a café au lait for around $8 USD. It's the perfect combo for a quick pick-me-up while exploring the neighborhood. The cafe's vintage decor and view of Notre Dame Cathedral make it an idyllic spot to pause and recharge. Insider tip. Snag a seat by the window or on the terrace for the best people-watching experience while savoring your treat. Panthéon. Just a short walk away, you'll find the Panthéon, an imposing 18th century mausoleum that serves as the final resting place for some of France's most revered figures, including Voltaire, Victor Hugo, and Marie Curie. Its neoclassical dome and grand columns make it an architectural masterpiece. While the exterior is impressive enough, consider going inside to see the beautiful Foucault pendulum and the crypt for around $13 USD. Insider tip. Visit the rooftop viewpoint for a stunning panoramic view of Paris. It's worth the extra fee of about $3 USD, especially on a clear day. Jardin des Plantes. Just a 15-minute walk from the Panthéon, this botanical garden was originally created as a royal medicinal garden. It's a lovely spot to stroll, especially in spring or summer when the flowers are in full bloom. Entry to the gardens is free, but you can also check out the Natural History Museum within the complex for around $11 USD. Insider tip. Don't miss the Menagerie, one of the oldest zoos in the world, located within the gardens. Tickets are around $15 USD, and it's a great place to see a variety of animals. Le Jardin de Luxembourg. Another lush escape, just a 10-minute walk from the Panthéon, is the Luxembourg Gardens. This stunning park is home to the Palais du Luxembourg, now the seat of the French Senate. The formal gardens, filled with colorful flowers and iconic green chairs, make it a favorite spot for locals and tourists alike to relax. There's no entrance fee, making it a perfect budget-friendly break from sightseeing. Evening. Tour Eiffel. To wrap up your perfect day in Paris, there's no better way than returning to where you began, the Eiffel Tower. This time though, you'll experience it in a whole new light as the sun sets and Paris transforms into a glittering cityscape. Watching the iconic monument bathed in golden hues is an unforgettable way to end your adventure. For the ultimate experience, head to the summit and take in the breathtaking panoramic views as the city lights up. There are a couple of ways to get to the top, depending on how adventurous you're feeling. If you prefer riding the lift all the way to the summit, it'll cost you around 38 USD. But if you don't mind a little workout, you can climb the stairs to the second floor and then take the elevator from there. That ticket will cost about 25 USD. Insider tip: buy your tickets online in advance to skip the long lines. If you're up for it, take the stairs to the second floor for a more budget-friendly option and a chance to see the tower's intricate ironwork up close. Plus, you'll feel pretty accomplished when you reach the top. As evening falls, the Eiffel Tower sparkles every hour on the hour, creating a dazzling light show that you can't miss. Find a spot on the Champs-Elysees or Trocadero to soak in the view, or better yet, grab a warm crepe from a nearby vendor, about 5 USD, and savor the sweet taste while soaking up the magical ambiance. Dinner. After a full day of sightseeing and walking around Paris, you'll definitely deserve a delicious meal to wrap up your adventure. Whether you prefer dining close to your hotel or exploring a new spot, here are some of the best restaurants in Paris that are sure to impress your taste buds. Giraffe. For a truly unforgettable dining experience, head to Giraffe, an elegant seafood restaurant with a stunning terrace that offers a breathtaking view of the Eiffel Tower. Indulge in fresh oysters, grilled lobster, or a perfectly cooked sea bass while soaking in the iconic Paris skyline. A meal here typically costs around 80 to 150 USD per person, depending on your choice of dishes and drinks. After dinner, take a leisurely 20-minute walk to see the Arc de Triomphe light up at night. It's a magical way to end the evening. Insider tip: reserve a table on the terrace well in advance to snag the best view of the tower. Dining here during sunset adds an extra touch of romance to the experience. Beef Bar Champs-Elysees. If you're craving a juicy, tender steak, look no further than Beef Bar Champs-Elysees. Known for serving some of the finest cuts in Paris, this deluxe spot is set within a beautifully restored Belle Époque dining room that adds a touch of old-world elegance to your meal. Whether you go for the Wagyu beef or the prime rib, expect to spend around 100 to 200 USD per person with drinks. Insider tip: ask for a table in the main dining room to fully immerse yourself in the opulent ambiance. Don't miss their signature truffle mashed potatoes. They're a game changer. Juvenile's Wine Bar. For something a bit more laid back but equally delightful, check out Juvenile's, a cozy wine bar offering locally sourced classic French fare. Dishes like duck confit and beef tartare paired beautifully with a wide selection of wines from around the globe. A meal here will set you back around 40 to 70 USD per person, including a couple of glasses of wine. The intimate setting and friendly staff make it feel like a hidden gem. Insider tip: let the knowledgeable staff recommend a wine pairing. They're passionate about their selections and always spot on with suggestions. Le Potager de Charlotte. Paris might not be the most vegan-friendly city, but Le Potager de Charlotte breaks that mold with its innovative and vibrant plant-based menu. From creamy chickpea and sweet potato pancakes to hearty stuffed portobello mushrooms, the dishes are as beautiful as they are delicious. Pair your meal with a refreshing glass of organic wine or a decadent vegan hot chocolate. Expect to pay around 30 to 50 USD per person. Insider tip: this place is popular among both locals and visitors, so make a reservation to guarantee a spot. Their vegan cheesecake is a must-try for dessert. It's light, creamy, and downright heavenly. And that's how you spend one epic day in Paris. Whether you're sipping coffee in Montmartre or catching the sunset at the Eiffel Tower, this city never fails to impress. If you've got more time to explore, make sure to check out my 4 days in Paris video for a deeper dive into all the hidden gems and must-see spots. And don't forget to subscribe for more travel guides from around the world. See you in the next adventure.